It's fun stuff. You ready?
It's got a red light on. This has got a
And we got enough
record
time.
symbol.
Battery's got enough powers.
That's got 94% and it's turned on. That's got 4 hours and 40 minutes. That's got 95% and I checked the batteries.
Check those
on
ones.
there.
All right, cool.
Yes, see, look, I'm checking everything.
Well, you know, it doesn't work if we don't. So
I
we
know,
should.
that's what I'm doing.
You're doing.
Hi, guys. Hi from New Zealand. I don't know how to say, they do have like a Maori way of saying hello, but I don't know how to pronounce
Isn't
it.
or something with their mouth?
That's mean. I don't know how to say it properly and I don't want to butcher it.
They do this thing with uka haka, chuka chaka.
Stop being like that. I don't want to say it wrong and offend anyone.
Well, why are you telling me off? I don't know what I'm doing. I've seen that dance, which is supposed to be war dance.
We've been here for 4 days.
Yeah, 4 days.
It's been nice.
It's been nice. Oh, don't sound so happy about
I
it.
wish we went to the South Island instead. But
Well, we're going to, but you forced us to go to Hobbiton and then Bec wore not family-friendly
told off
attire.
of being not family friendly.
She's very not family-friendly.
But no, we came here to do some shoots and some content, and we haven't done as much as we wanted to, but that's because certain things didn't go according to plan.
I said this was a test. So we've done a couple before, and every time we do them, we work out what to do and what not to do, and maybe look for different types of places.
Yeah, and see what works and what doesn't work. So like last time we did one of these was when we went to Fiji with Rara, and we stayed on a resort because we were like, oh, we'll be one place we can do heaps of stuff, but then there was only so much we could do because we were limited to like
what was there.
It was like, we've already shot.
It was also limited to, it was too hard for you girls in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
The sun was too bright. Both of you struggled.
So then this time...
And then the really good light was early morning. Well, good luck with this thing in the morning. So until it reaches the PM, it doesn't actually work.
But then so this time we decided we'll learn from that. We'll go to a heap of different places. And then we decided we'll stay at a different place every night. But we've now learned that don't work because you've got to get out of somewhere at 10 a.m. and then you can't check into the next place until like 2, 3 p.m. And...
Yeah, just by the time you check out, and then we normally had breakfast, we decided it's easier to have breakfast and not have lunch and then have dinner. It gave us a big area, but we sort of weren't even getting ready to shoot till 12.
Yeah, and then we'd have to drive to where we were shooting.
Then some of the shoots we were doing, we didn't want midday. Like today, the sun was too high for the forest.
So there were just certain things that didn't... And the pain in the butt of like not having a base, like having to try and set up things from the car.
Rather than just have one bag preset, throw it in the car.
Yeah, having to repay. So we've learnt that we won't be doing one night in each place moving forward. And also maybe, but then also we've learned don't stay at a resort that's limiting. We're getting there, trial and error.
No, I think, so one of the problems is, I'm going to have a look at it a little bit, with the searching. It's so hard now with Google search because it's so they keep throwing who's giving them the money, not throwing what you're really looking for.
Yes.
So I think we're going to do better at our searching of our locations that we haven't been to, so we're not wasting as much time chasing locations. And it's in a point of like landscape photographers, a lot of them will have set areas to go to because everyone knows that spot. Or we need to find out, we've seen a picture in here and this is really cool, but now we want to do this there.
Yes, we need to find where that
is
within this area. Because, there was a frustration of we wanted to do these awesome mountain shots, and if you go on Google, they show you people like with these awesome mountain shots, but then you get there and it's to get to them you've got to go on like an epic hike, and they don't tell you that. Like, yes, they say it's in a national park and there's hiking trails, but day no one told me that you had to go on a massive hike to get like something like that, like that boardwalk shot.
Well, it's a little bit like, so we did do some content creating. So we created some stuff for Inspire, which is, we did some really cool stuff with Anne, and secretly just out of camera sitting there drinking, waiting to head
front row seats to the podcast.
Front row seats to a live podcast. Then she'll listen to it again while she's vacuuming her house next week. But there's certain things that we were looking to do, and like the down around the lake worked out. But that could have easily, if that other little road that we didn't even know was there, and we went to work first, there was nothing at that first grassed area.
Yeah.
It was only we saw that thing over the other side, and then we saw there was a road to get there, and there was two really nice, well, there's one really nice spot that we shot. It was just it's a like the red gum forest. We're really lucky that you said while we've got time to do. Well, we blew out yesterday. We're looking for, well, we didn't complete. We got the nice shots, some nice shots near that mountain.
Yes.
And then we decided let's do the redwood forest. So we had all day. So lucky we did, because we spent the whole day driving and not really finding anything.
Yeah.
Whereas we need to do that work before we travel, like really find our exact locations before we travel. But then the problem then is only then weather, sun, weather, things like that. And I've got an app called Sun Seeker that you can actually go to the place and then see what the sun is doing on the time we want to go there.
We've learned a lot.
Oh, yeah, no, but I said it was going to be a learning trip.
I know, we've learned a lot. It's hard, especially because, like, we've never been here before.
I have, but 35 years ago.
Yeah. But we haven't been here for, like, this before.
I haven't come here as a photographer. When I came here as a fisherman.
A fisherman.
So we were only looking for the really good fishing spots. We didn't care about seaweeds. But, yeah, I think the South Island would have been a better way to go. And we might do that later, but I'm going to try, because one of the things that we're supposed to be doing is showing people out locations.
Yeah.
Like how to find the location and how to work it. We struggle like hell, so we've got to do that better. But what we did out on the lake area, I think it was really good learning to, show the difference between an F8 and seeing all the detail. And then Bec commented, why would you come to such a pretty place like this and bring it down to F1.4? But it's worked better because you don't actually need to see that detail in the back. It's just that beautiful shape in the back. Right.
I was just playing devil's advocate.
No, I'm not putting on you. It was a valid point. Yeah. But I looked back when I was going through the pictures last night, and I still said, I can see all this is detail, but I'm photographing the model. And the detail was drawing me off the model. But as soon as I went to shallow, you could still see the beautiful landscape shapes and everything, but you actually zoomed in on the emotion of the model. And it was but I was also, in my head, there was some of the pictures I was chasing as my love of Peter Lindbergh.
Yeah.
So that's the looks I was chasing. And quite often in his tent, he dropped a diffuser behind the person so you could see through it, but that took all the detail out of it. Anyways.
Well,
but no, it was really good. We went to what's it called? The Fainting Goat. One thing I'm going to ask the question. Except for one place today's breakfast was all right.
I didn't really rate it.
You liked your honey and banana smoothie.
I loved my honey and banana smoothie. That was delicious. Might be one of the best smoothies I've ever had. But my food I didn't rate.
Yeah, we had Mexican last night, which really was good. Nice. It wasn't like real Mexican, but...
I thought it was. I thought it was really delicious.
It wasn't spicy enough for me. But I still liked it. I ate everything.
I ate it, didn't I?
I ate half of what Bec didn't eat.
That was the plan.
The plan was 3 tacos each. You only ate 2.
Oh, okay, I shouldn't have put rice.
rice, baby. But yeah, the price over here is really,
Food is really expensive.
like even petrol.
Oh, yeah.
It's only $3 a friggin' litre. I couldn't believe. Lucky we were driving a friggin' Toyota hybrid thing, because we drove 200 Ks and it didn't move off the F button. So I filled up and we drove 200 Ks. I didn't refill up again. It was still on the full.
Which was lucky, because it was very expensive.
Yeah, it was 140 to fill.
And that's on the cheapest one.
And that on the cheapest, on the 91 fuel, and the tank isn't as big as my Beamer.
That's crazy.
But it was fun to drive around. We saw lots of stuff.
Yeah, little car chats and stuff.
I like the fact that we didn't kill a single animal.
There isn't any to kill.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If we did this in Tasmania, we would have had to swerve at least 3 or 4 times. And we would have most likely got one of them.
I've never been to Tassie.
That could be a good one, but that would be a hiking one.
Yeah, that's fine.
But the only problem is like that my nephew's wedding, they got amazing shots, but they had to hike in at 4 a.m. She got hair and makeup done at 2 a.m. to hike in to, by the time, it's only about an hour walk in. It's an easy walk to where they went, but to get that perfect light without the sun, you couldn't see the sun, but it was just that it had all the mist coming off the lake and it was that super eerie. You've got to do that, but most models are going to look like crap at that time in the morning.
Well, like
unless we pretend it's going to be your wedding day and you'd be going so excited, you'd look good.
Like the thing that, like I was saying with the mountain, if I had have known that we would have to do, even if it was like, an hour or 2 hike, but then I didn't, like, I got so confused because they said it's like one way. No,
because the sign's up, they're saying if you're not feeling well, turn around. I doubt it'd be one way. There's not enough traffic that forces everyone have to, because some of them were going up and over the mountain that way and there was walks back over the mountain this way. I don't know.
I swear.
Maybe that was a road sign.
I swear it said one way.
Well, we can check it out if we do that sort of thing then.
Well, yeah, like I should have searched that better. But also, if I had have known that we were going to have to do like a 2-hour hike, we should have been better prepared with like proper footwear, proper backpacks with all the stuff in it, like adequate water and snacks. And then I would have been happy to do the hike to get the shots, but we weren't prepared that we were going to have to maybe do like a 3-4 hour hike.
The only thing is where it is, as the weather turns, we might hike in and then you wouldn't be able to shoot because your love of freezing cold. The weather turns in these places, same as the Central Highlands in Tasmania. It goes from like 20 to like -3 with the wind chill and everything.
Location shooting's hard.
Of course it is.
It's
it is. It's really easy. You have full control. You can tell the sun to go away. You can.
So much easier.
So much easier.
But it does look prettier shooting out on location.
Prettier.
It is. It is.
Really.
Yes. Anyway, it's been a fun week.
I did really enjoy the Apple Maps telling us turn down Waka Whaka Whakahuka Fika Fuka Road. Well, remember we're in with you, where he was talking about Whakawiki something, wasn't it? There is plenty of places that, multi.
I loved on what night was it? When we got to Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday night when we got to Tarangi, we got there for lunch. We went to the pub, for brunch, lunch. Went there to get some food. And
the one that didn't have Coronas.
Yes, and got served. And then we went out for dinner later on and went to a
Rusty's
place, like just across the road. And
Well, the only other place that was actually open.
yeah, everywhere was closed. And the lady working there said, hello again. It was the same lady that was working.
And then we find out the pub owned it. And we weren't impressed with the first meal, so.
But my burger was all right. It wasn't a smash burger.
No, 100%. A smash burger's not round.
No, it's not.
There's a rissole in a bun.
It was not a smash burger.
I don't know if Americans will know what a rissole is.
It's like a
Is a
bowl
rissole
of minced meat.
a world thing?
No, I think it's Australian. It's
Or English?
I don't know. It's a
Yeah,
ball
it's
of minced meat, and they
minced
normally
meat before you flatten it.
put stuff in it.
Stuff in it. Stuff
I
and
love
stuff.
rissoles.
Rissoles. Yeah, well, they had some spicy calamari. They had this calamari and they had the chicken.
It was lemon pepper. It wasn't spicy.
Yeah, lemon pepper, and then they had the chicken.
Chicken, yeah.
And it tasted the same.
No, it didn't. I thought it tasted good.
I thought it tasted exactly like the calamari I had for lunch.
No, that was for dinner at the Fainting Goat. Like the onion rings that you thought calamari rings.
That's how bad the flavours were. Well, even that, like, they had like a platter which is like barbecue, had ribs, brisket, fried chicken, fried calamari. It tasted like onion rings. I can't remember what else was on there.
Wedges, salad.
Wedges, salad. In fact, the salad had the most flavour.
Salad had mint in it.
It had 3 different sauces, but neither of the sauces did anything.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
I thought,
They just taste like sauce.
what does just sauce taste like?
So it's wet and moist. It's no flavoured salt. I don't know, but yeah,
The brisket was lovely and tender. It was just,
flavourless.
yeah.
How can you get... See, they definitely didn't smoke it. So I think they just boiled it. I just think they have a pot
boiled
and drop
meat.
it in
What a
there and
disgusting-
boil it and then paint on some burn lines on the outside. We're talking about food again. Well done, Beck. You
Speaking-
drag us there every time.
Well, speaking of food,
That's right, we got magic mushrooms.
we found these things at the shop
Shocky mushrooms.
called funny mushrooms.
What was the other thing you found? And you ate the whole thing, so we just had to go...
Squiggles.
We had to go to
We used to get them-
Woolworths,
Sorry,
which
this
is Countdown
really-
here.
It's just
So in Australia, we have a big chainsaw. Like
chain store.
chainsaws. They cut wood. They
Sorry, this is noisy. I can't open it.
beckon opening things. In Australia, it used to be called Safeway. Then it became Woolworths. So you're not allowed to eat these.
You don't know anything. Wash the mushrooms.
No, I haven't squashed a mush. It's an unbreakable... Oh, there we go. Oh, you can't laugh at me.
What?
You locking the door the other night.
What?
What? What were you talking about before you rudely interrupted me?
You were talking about Woolworths.
Oh, Woolworths. So, it's Australians know, it used to be called Safeway, then it changed to Woolworths. Well, in New Zealand, they have the Woolworths logo and colour, and they've got Countdown as the name. But when you get the receipt, it says Woolworths. That sounds like amazing marketing.
They're a bit meh. Do you want to try one?
Oh, so you're giving Anne one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. We finished shooting with her so she can get fat.
They're a bit meh.
A bit more. Is there a different flavour between the top and the bottom? Well, they're supposed to have faces on them.
It's just like a biscuit with a bit of chocolate on top of it.
Oh, so your other
It's got white chocolate.
privileged ones are just white chocolate and biscuit.
They're a bit meh.
They've got as much flavour as most of the stuff we've eaten.
Nah.
Nah.
Not worth the calories.
Not worth the calories. You always throw them up.
No, I don't do that.
Funny mushrooms. They're not very funny. A bit hungry though.
We'll go have dinner after this.
What was the other one you got?
Squiggles.
Squiggles.
They're so good. We used to have them in Australia. They're like biscuits with a honeycomb, like cream. And
She got
chunks of
some to
honeycomb.
take them back to her future husband, but she ate the whole lot.
No, I decided I was going to get another packet. Once I had one and remembered how good they were, I was like, I definitely need to get another packet of these. So I got 2 packets to take home. Do I have to declare that?
No.
I never know.
No, it said something about chocolate and things didn't need to be.
Okay. I never know.
You never know.
I think I did that once coming back from somewhere. I was coming back into Australia and I had chocolates with me and I declared that I had food and they were like, what are you declaring? I'm like, I have chocolates. And they're like, you're fine to go through.
For people who haven't been to Australia, we're so futuristic. You get in a plane, halfway coming to the country, the hostess walks around and gives you a piece of paper and no pen and tells you to fill out this tick box thing. I reckon they go in a rubbish bin. Everybody has to go, they should be able to easily put an app and you just do it on the app.
How are you going to download the app in the plane when you have no internet?
They could find a way. There's internet when you land or internet before you take off.
Yeah, but
No, but it's got to, all right, so they could say that they should be able to do it electric. Good luck to anybody who gets mine.
Why?
They'll never read it. My handwriting on a plane.
All they're looking at is the tick boxes.
The tick boxes.
The other stuff you fill out with your info is, I guess, for reasons if you have something.
So in Australia, it's a form about for Americans, about 5 inches by 3 inches.
It's just a rectangle. It doesn't matter.
It's a rectangle.
The size
The
of
New
it
Zealand's
is.
a 3-page book. But the funniest thing is, when you get there, you have to get into a queue for someone to stamp it. Mm-hmm. And then Anne, who was travelling with us, but she decided to come as luggage. So so we had to wait for her to come out of the luggage thing. And she somehow got through the check where they checked that you filled it out. And I said, oh, yeah, I don't have it. Oh, I'll just go through it then. But then she couldn't get any further. It's like, you can't go any further without this.
It's so dumb.
Find a form. There was another guy who didn't have a form. There was these little forms behind the counter, and he pointed to them, and the lady goes, no, back there. Like with that voice too.
What did she sound like?
I did it once. Why'd you put these here? They're horrible, and I'm eating them. Oh, this is my one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll put them in the toilet and see what happens to them. See what colour. When we check out, I'll just leave them all floating in the toilet.
Why?
Just imagine the mush look that would look.
The biscuit would just disintegrate. There'd just be little like rabbit poos of the chocolate floating.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Imagine the person has to clean the room. It's got to go, a rabbit stayed here.
Child.
No, I'll take it back to my grandson and get him sugared up, and my daughter will hate me. Well, she'd make me make pizza the second I get home, so she can put up with it.
You wanted to have kids.
I found out a really interesting thing. Bec loves cricket.
No, I don't.
Every Uber driver we've got into wants to talk cricket with Bec.
This happened twice. It happened.
That's enough. We only get 2 Ubers. Today's was going to start talking about cricket, but our fare was not long enough.
It was a taxi we got in Melbourne to the airport, and then one Uber driver last night. That's 2.
See you, Anne.
Bye. Safe flight home. Oh no, enjoy your photo shoots and then get home safely. Thank you. We can talk about her now.
We can talk about Anne. She hasn't shut the door yet. Now we can.
Oh my God.
No, that was... I don't know what other people think about talkative taxi drivers, but our first one is an hour and a quarter trip. I don't think he shut up once. He loved movies, but all the movies he mentioned are pretty crappy movies. But then there was one, was it a series or a movie?
Oh, the movie. It was a movie.
A movie, and Bec goes, yeah, I haven't seen that.
No, I said I started watching. I was like, I don't think I finished it though. I should finish it because it's like a Disney movie, and I was like, oh, that was pretty cute. So I should finish that actually.
So he told you the ending.
And then he was like, do you want to know the ending? And I was like, no, I might watch it again, like just as like an easy watch. And then he goes on to tell me the entire ending. I was like, okay, thanks.
Well, you shouldn't have told him you liked cricket.
I didn't tell him I liked cricket. I don't like cricket.
Well, why do they keep talking to you about cricket?
I don't. The one last night was talking to you. I don't even know how cricket works. My dad likes cricket, I don't. I think
it's a Queensland, and they all like cricket.
I don't understand why it goes for like 5 days.
No, some only go for 20 overs.
What's an over?
The opposite to an under.
I don't know. I don't get it.
An over is 6 balls.
Oh.
So someone bowls 6 balls, that's an over. Unless they bowled a no ball, then they have to bowl another ball to make up for the no ball.
Right.
It's not helping anything. I think most Americans that I've met cannot understand it.
Maybe I'm American. I don't get it.
You don't get it? It's not that hard a game if you know the rules, but yeah, it does get a bit boring. But so does tennis.
Yeah, I know. The Australian Open's on at the moment. And it's been preventing me from watching Tipping Point.
Oh, poor little Bec. No tipping points. Can't you watch the other one though? Doesn't that keep going? So they do like what they did at the Olympics, cancel the world.
Yep.
Yep.
It only stops for the news and then it's back to tennis.
It's only like a month and a bit till F1 starts. And I was really happy. Hamilton's got back together with his masseuse. For as far back as I remember, he has this I can't remember her name. It's really bad of me.
You can't remember anyone's name.
She's short and she carries a bag with all the stuff he needs, like a towel, everything he needs. It's like his personal helper. And forever, though, wherever you saw him, she was there. You never hear her talking and that. And all of a sudden, she was just dumped. There's no word. They both put something out on social media saying they part their ways. So no one knew if they had a fight or what. But now Hamilton's moved to Ferrari. I'm wondering if Mercedes didn't want her.
Maybe.
Whatever. But I was really happy to see that she's back because can't wait for this season.
Well, UFC's back as well. That I was watching. It was the first match of the year on Sunday. We're sitting in the gorgeous first class international lounge, and here's me on my laptop watching UFC.
Right. You started on your phone, didn't you?
No, I couldn't get it on my phone because I was watching it very legally, and there was lots of pop-ups. So I had to move, and for some reason it wouldn't work on my phone, so I had to move to my laptop. I didn't get to watch much of it though because we had to get on the plane.
But didn't Jared pretty much say you watched the best match?
No, I missed. He said the third last was the best. I didn't get to watch that one. But that's okay. There will be more violence soon.
More violence?
Violence.
You're hopeless.
I like the violence.
So what have you learned from this trip?
To do better research, and if doing better research means not going to Google and not trusting Google, and maybe reaching out to people I know that have been to this place before.
One of your friends.
Well, yeah, she was supposed to help me and then she didn't, and she
came back after we'd already booked everything.
Yeah, and I was like, thanks. But even like. Yeah, if I know people that have been here, or even like if we're staying in Airbnbs, you know how the host like is let me know if I can help with anything. Even asking the host if they know something.
Yeah, but I don't know. Sometimes 2 different hosts recommended the fainting goat.
No, they didn't. Only one did.
I thought the first one did.
No, I found it on.
Oh, you found it.
Yeah.
But you remember some of the places hosts have recommended us to eat have been some of the worst?
No, I'm not talking about eating. I'm talking about locations to go to.
Yeah, but unless they're an artist or hasn't, oh, these falls are nice, you get there and it's a dribble down a cliff.
Well, it's just more. They would, if they're locals and they know, it's giving me something more than trying to go on Google and drop a friggin' pin on a map and see what it gives me. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And it's not saying that we have to go with gospel with what they say. It's just a guide to help me to better plan and have a look at what they recommend. We're not saying that they say jump and we say how high, like.
No, I was just thinking of if we had contacted, say, one of my neighbours has an Airbnb, contacted them and asked all the questions you're talking about, where they would have sent us would have been nowhere near where we would want to go.
Yeah.
So I know where they would have sent us, which would be 100% not what we'd want to go.
Yeah, well, it's just to get an idea and to have some ideas floating around. That's all I'm saying. But I'm not saying, like, that's just, like, one thing. But then also, yeah, like, asking, yeah, like, if I've got friends that have been to the places before, asking them, or maybe even, like, I don't know, just doing better research. I need to really revisit the research that I did.
It's also hard. It's like you said about that blue lake that was supposed to be secret. But then someone's found it and then spread it around and it's not a secret anymore.
Yeah.
There's places I know which are just absolutely amazing and you won't find them on any map or anything. It's just that I happened to be fishing in that area and came across this place.
Yeah. Which then that's the other thing is then one of my things was, well, surely if we've got a car and we're like, we wanted to do we had some inspo shots of this kind of like country straight road with this like beautiful scenery and then me on the side of the road. And that was something that we really wanted to get a shot like that. And in my head, I'm thinking, well, we're going to be doing all this driving. We're going to see lots of roads. Surely there's going to be
We found that road.
And then there's bollards down the middle of it. And then every other time we were like, this road is really nice. There's nowhere to pull over. So that was just annoying. But then at the same time, it's like, I don't know how else to find a road. Like I said, it's like just dropping a pin on Google Maps and hoping that you land on the right thing. So that stuff's really tricky. That's just more, when you find those kinds of things, it's a bit more of a fluke, but that's time consuming.
Oh, it is. There's a picture I took up at Yukonbeam, which is a big lake system that was made to generate power, and a lot of people ski up there at Jindabyne and that. And I couldn't tell you the road I was on, but I got this amazing picture, this road just winding forever into the background with these hills behind it. I wouldn't have a clue where I was.
Yeah.
Because it's back before you could geotag your pictures or anything. It was even shot on film, that's how far back it was. But things like that, I'd love to shoot there. It was an amazing road, but I have no idea.
Yeah.
And also that was the end of a drought, like a 10-year drought session. So I think some of that road would have been underwater normally. It's just that, like, the drought had taken a lake back to just a river. So it was old original roads. It's those things, but it's like even if we'd done the forest today, we would have been disappointed.
Yes, it was so good. We did it yesterday afternoon.
But we're not knowing that when we're looking.
Well, that was going to lead me to my next thing is, yes, I've learned I need to do my research differently, and I've also learned that if we're coming to a place that we haven't been before, maybe we do need a little bit more time to get there and spend a day actually looking with our own eyes, not looking based
Even
on...
that, it takes so long.
I know, that's the other hard thing.
You think about, like, yesterday's driving around.
Yeah, that's true.
We drove around a lot.
Yeah, that's really true. But, and then, yeah, my next thing is I learnt that don't stay in one place a different place each night.
I know, that was
at least...
Because everywhere we did, we could have done from one base camp.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. And then it would have been easier on us. And we probably would have got more done. So I learnt that.
The Hobbit thing was fun though.
And I learnt to wear family-friendly clothing to Hobbiton because
We're
apparently...
trying to do our naked in the streets.
Not naked.
Yeah, but the look.
Yes.
So like we did in Disneyland and that, and the very first one, we sort of hung back.
Because it's a guided tour.
Yeah, but it's one of these like... So the way they word it, they make out like this is a very private farm, it's a working farm, this is just opened up specially for people to see. No, it's every 10 minutes a busload of people come in, and it's sort of like this zigzag, and it's one group's following the next group. But we sort of hung to the end of the group so we could sneak our pictures. But then there was a private group that caught up to us.
But I'm wearing the bike shorts that I'm wearing right now and a black crop top that like comes down to like here, and I'm wearing a black crop top and bike shorts and boots. I can go to the supermarket wearing that. I wore that in Disneyland and we did the same shot in freaking Disneyland, and I'm sitting on the ground, and it's not like if she came walking at us front on, and
she might have thought.
But she came at me from the side.
So she would have
seen that I'm fully clothed. And she tells me that I need to be family friendly. And I'm like, I'm sorry. And just put my jumper on.
And then I think they send spies on us.
Yeah, they did.
So all these people just appear. And then the funniest thing is when we get to the end, they make you drink their shitty drink that's free.
I liked the cider.
Tastes like Hobbit's piss. Anyway. Then we get someone we never even seen on our tour come up. Are you a professional photographer? You know you can't choose.
He's like, hi. Someone's asked me to come over and just check that the photos you've been taking aren't for commercial uses. And I'm like, no, they're not. We read your terms and conditions.
No, we tried to get Coca-Cola to do it, but they wouldn't.
We did read your terms and conditions before coming here. They're not for commercial usage. And then Peter's like, I am a commercial photographer, but no, this is for an art project that I've been working on. Yeah. Like, this is not a commercial thing. And he was like, I'm just checking because someone asked me. And we're like, okay, thank you for checking. Thank you for doing your due diligence. Due diligence. Anyway, it was...
And then at the end, they have this wanky talk. And the guy that walked our group around has obviously seen Bec and I together the whole time. And when he's looked around, he couldn't see Bec and I. I was standing there, Bec was in the toilet. And he's gone, we're missing the professional photographer. And then he ran off looking for me, thinking I might have been shooting somewhere.
He was standing there.
And I was standing there.
And then I come out and I'm like, and he's like, I think the guide's looking for us. And he's like, I've been standing. I'm like, why don't you say something? He's like, no, it's funny. Look at him looking for us. Yeah, you're an ass. You're such an ass.
And because their whole tours are by the second, it literally is, because as we pulled up the gate to get out, the next bus was coming to the gate the exact time to get back in.
Because I'm a Lord of the Rings fan, so I thought it was really cute and I enjoyed it.
I thought it was a wank factor.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was
Who lives in this house? I'll give you a clue. It's a +6 one. It's all right. I'm not going to answer junk mail right now.
I thought it was really cute. I enjoyed it. You were absolutely hating it. I posted a thing on my story of us there, and your daughter replied. She was like, it's so pretty. And I was like, I know, it was so cute. Your dad hated it.
I did like at the start asking all the fans, and said, so who's here against their will? I put there's two of us to put our hands up.
Oh yeah, so there was one point you were taking just like a selfie photo of me, and the tour guide was like, do you want me to take one of you two or just of you or something? And no, I was like, he's here against his own will.
Yeah.
Did we even get a selfie there though? I took photos of you being there against your own will because
I bet you didn't. So there's your thumbnail destroyed again.
No, because I've got photos of me and I've got one of you, so I'll just stitch them together.
Oh. So everything's AI these days.
No, it's not AI. I'll just put them together.
Stitch them, making a pizza face.
We forgot to get a selfie. That was the one thing I meant to do. We could post.
I don't really do selfies.
selfie. This one. Stitch that with one of the ones of me.
All right, stitch it with the one I took of you. All right, deal?
Yeah.
But you don't know which one I've taken of you.
No, I'll do it. No, this is my job. You don't get to say this anymore.
Well, I was going to put the one I did of you. You can put the one I did of you in there.
Oh, the one of my dirty bottoms
Yes,
sitting on
you
the ground.
bending over after sitting on the ground.
Or maybe I should do the one the tour guide took of me when he... should use the one the tour guide took after he...
Have you looked at it?
No, I haven't.
You haven't seen it? That's got to be the one. The tour guide was making out like he knew what he was doing. He laid on the ground and pretty much shot up her dress that she wasn't wearing.
That's freaking horrible.
Makes your legs really wide and you don't
so
have a neck.
horrible.
I think you did that on purpose.
Why would you? That's horrible.
I knew it would be. Yeah, I know. I knew it would be. The second he laid on the ground, I was like, you don't know what you're doing.
I hope he doesn't listen to this podcast.
Well, he might do now. He said he was a comedian. He's not.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he wanted to be.
I don't think so. I don't know.
I thought he said he worked a bit as a comedian.
Anyway, I had fun. The breakfast there was really good, actually. The eggs Teddy that we had.
Oh, yeah, the breakfast was really good. Oh, can we get hash browns with that? Oh, our computer doesn't know how to do that.
Computer says no.
The people could have cooked it, but the computer didn't know how to charge it. What are you looking at?
Just checking it was still recording.
Still recording.
It is.
So a review on gear I brought. I brought my Hasselblad just in case.
You didn't use it.
No, I didn't. We didn't shoot that much.
I'm spewing about.
I could have easily brought my H4 CMOS sensor because when I was shooting that stuff on the first day with Anne and you, I could have easily shot that 100 ISO and that would have looked amazing. But I was more sus, so I wouldn't get 100 ISO type lighting. But I was happy. I could cut the gear down. The only problem, you cut the gear down in the situation change, you go, oh, I need that one.
Yeah.
But I did cut my gear down a fair bit. I know, I'm in between with some stuff. I'm thinking of firing up the A1 just for the lower light work. But I had fun. Anne and I have been doing Ghost series at spewing. We sort of went out to check the light and it was just got perfect. And it only took us about 10 minutes, but by the time we got out there, it just got that bit darker. But I was able to bring the trees out in Photoshop, that ghosty tree thing.
The ghost.
So hopefully they all work. Yeah. Anyway, it's all experimenting, but this is stuff I like to. I used to do this stuff all the time. Stacey, you used to do day and 2 day trips all the time. I wasn't very good then as I look at it and it looked like university photography a little bit. I can't believe some of the stuff I did. I was like, what was I thinking? But it's all learning curve.
You want to start somewhere.
Yeah, I know, but that was a learning curve. Because I still got my lighting and everything right, just my stories are a bit, nah.
And you told me off yesterday because you were like, do you want to stand in between those two trees? And I was like, no, I think that's uni student. You bit my wing. No, he's not. It's Stanley Kubrick, actually.
What it was creating a tunnel.
I was just thinking of rule of thirds.
Yeah, I wasn't using it as a rule of thirds.
That's why I said it was uni student, because I was like, oh, we will use the rule of thirds. And the leading lines.
The leading lines. It was a really nice place.
It was a really nice forest. No, I freak out like I always do when we're shooting Anne in public and there's people around. Would you like a rock from my shoe?
No, you can keep your rock. No, it was like that. I was saying, man, it was like that time up in Cairns when there's a car coming. 25 minutes later, it came. I could see where the people were coming from. She was behind a tree.
Just
and it was sort of like there was one. I can get another 2 shots yet.
I was just giving you a warning so that it, and because Anne couldn't really hear us too well from where she was, and also I didn't want to be yelling out too loud. There's people coming, because then they're going to be like, what? Like, I don't know. I get paranoid.
I know you do. I watch you do it. It's quite funny. Well, even in New York, when Anne was doing pretty much naked in New York, Times Square, you're paranoid, but the cops were standing next to not caring.
Well, I'm super paranoid about that.
Weren't you? I thought you were.
No, because I knew she was allowed to be topless.
Oh.
If anything, I was just more like, I didn't want sleazy people hanging around, which we did end up getting when Anne was getting changed, and someone was trying to perv on her getting changed. Like a pervert.
Well, it's like that night when you were in the lingerie, it was like that.
Yes.
Thank God it was those kids.
I know.
They were so nice of them.
I know, I loved those kids.
They must be a different generation than the woke one.
I'm not starting on generations again, please. Like a broken record.
Broken record.
Wow.
No, it just meant in a way is they did have
Fondling.
respect about them.
Yes.
I liked that.
You like fondling this as well.
Well, I'm not on my own. I found that other people fondle when they're doing podcasts.
Who?
Mel Gibson, he likes clicking pens.
Oh, that's
He
annoying.
got told off for doing it.
Good, that's annoying. That's so annoying.
Clicking pens is fun though. I used to click pens a lot. But I don't own any clicker pens anymore.
Thank God.
I don't know, you fidget.
Yeah, I know. I'm just.
So you can't have a go at me for fidgeting.
I liked when you were fondling the sausage when we were fidgeting. That was funny.
Oh, that one, yeah, sorry. Took me a minute to think about what you were talking about.
But traveling and doing this kind of stuff is really fun. It's just, it's very time consuming and it can be very difficult and it can be very hit or miss.
And it's also I have a vision and try and get the model quite to understand my vision. It's not as easy sometimes. Only because I'm looking through the viewfinder and seeing the picture.
Yeah.
And I missed it, but I don't know how to get the model to that exact look again.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't a look the model tried to do, it just happened.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's hit or miss. What have you learnt this trip?
Someone needs to educate New Zealanders on flavour.
Oh, savage.
Well, a lot of the food was a bit bland. Like, it was food that shouldn't be bland. If I'm not going to go attacking New Zealand, I do like the New Zealand
Everyone's
people.
really nice and friendly
I'm
here.
not attacking them because I do like New Zealand people. The main things I took out of it, is expecting to pull into a location and be able to instantly go and find somewhere to shoot. It's not going to happen like that. It's going to take a couple of days.
Yeah.
Anything that has anything to do with commercial, forget about, walk away, don't even go near it. It was like the Springs.
Oh, yeah, I found
Went there and it was just a fake setup. It weren't even true. Like, there was all rocks had been brought in. It wasn't like a natural spring anymore. It was like, it might have been, but now they've made it commercially friendly. Compared to when I saw, and I know the springs where I saw them, where there was just a car park. And you walk down a track and there the mud's bubbling and spouts are going off, and especially after
and
it
smells
rains.
like fart.
Oh yes, it was quite funny the first time. You accused me of farting in the car. You did.
Don't point, it's rude.
She didn't like it because I pointed at a hood today, proper Maori gang member.
Yeah, just don't point at them.
He spoke to me afterwards. He liked me. He liked to be noticed.
Don't point at people.
It's fun.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's rude.
Anyway, the one that I like, and it was like 30 odd years ago, it was literally you just drive up in the car, there's just a parking spot, no commercial, no toilets, no nothing. You just walk down, and if the guys are going off, they're going off. But I do know that every time it rained, they would just start appearing everywhere. So I think it's the water that runs down and hits whatever's hot down there.
Whatever's hot.
I would have liked to have taken you to that lake that you just only have to dig that deep down in the sand and you get to hot water. Literally, you just dig a little bit. There's a lake there, it's cold, but you just dig in the sand a bit and all of a sudden the water's hot. We used to cook fish, wrap them up in tin foil,
Oh, I've seen
dig
people.
down and drop them in there.
I've
And
seen that.
20 minutes in there, take them out, and you got this beautiful sulphur-smelling fish.
Yuck.
No,
Who
it didn't
wants
smell.
to eat
No, it
fart
didn't smell
fish?
like fart fish. It didn't.
Yuck.
Yuck.
It smelled like farts.
But
Because of the sulphur.
the sulphur. I don't know. I just like every time I do something, I learn something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still think even if we had the perfect places organised, then it's a matter of getting clouds or sun to be doing what we want it to do. So then that's the final hard thing.
And trying to not set up from a friggin' car boot.
Oh, that doesn't bother me too much.
It's annoying for me.
Yeah, it's annoying, but that doesn't bother me. It's more, if I show you my Sunseeker app, you'll understand what I'm talking about, because you can actually get the location of the place, put the app on the location, and then look at where the sun is at all different times of day. And it changes the light on the location.
Oh.
I think if it still works, it's quite an old app. It mightn't have been upgraded to work on the new phones. Oh.
I should have bought more wine while I was out.
Well, we're going downstairs for a drink. You can have some wine down there.
True.
True. What happened?
Writing to memory card was not completed correctly. Recover data. So just to finish off...
Everybody on Apple or Spotify or any other RSS feed.
or even if you just listen on YouTube, you don't have to be watching the screen.
No, but I mean anybody on those platforms, it doesn't make any difference. Our video camera just all of a sudden stopped recording and it's just left a corrupt file. So we have no video for this. So
that's a pain in the bottom because we double check everything now and it wasn't an us error.
it wasn't us error, it was a card
Card,
error.
yeah, so
Or
it was-
writing to the card error.
Yeah,
Like
so
we
all of a
got
sudden
to
it just...
then and this happened.
So,
Anyway,
anyway.
can't do anything about it. So anyone on YouTube, sorry for the...
Sorry you can't see our beautiful faces.
No, we'll just have to put our thumbnail. Well, you better make it a good thumbnail. Or you might do an interactive thumbnail
Okay.
so it changes.
All right, we'll do something anyway.
We can drop in your Hobbit pictures.
Okay, we'll do something.
Every 10 minutes a new Hobbit will come up.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay?
Alrighty. Well, have a good week. Hope your memory cards don't fail.
I'm blaming me
Why?
for employing you.
I didn't do anything wrong.
I'm still blaming me.
For employing me if
Yes.
I didn't do anything wrong. Oh my goodness.
Anyone, have a good one.
Yeah, you'll hopefully see our beautiful faces again next
Next
week.
week.
Catch up.
See ya.